There's nothing wrong with having trauma. We all do. You just need to do something about it. Come on, unpack your trauma with
Well,
Yeah.
I do want to get to colon cancer, but I was looking a little bit. Is Qigong? Is that how you say it? Qigong? Is that it? Qigong? Yeah. So it reminds me of my background in mental health and with deep breathing exercise, which also if a person have these anxiety attacks. So it's like telling you to slow down breathing.
Yeah.
So which is also I think stress contribute to a lot of health problems, right?
Oh, yeah,
I,
for
I read
sure.
I read this article years ago where this man had cancer, and they say they gave him like so much time to live, and he moved to like a eastern country, said just go over and relax. Took the nurse with him. He said, "It's okay. I'm telling my family to come visit me. I'm about to die," and this is a true story. He said, then months came, I'm still around. I said, still around. Then it came to years, and they're like, "What's going on?" Then he realized, he put it together. He had changed his lifestyle. He came from that business sector, just work, 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 and
Mm-hmm.
he got away from that, just relax and enjoy the environment. He got healthier, which makes us tell that also, we got to make sure we're taking care of ourselves.
Right.
Stress can be a big
Oh yeah.
contributor to I ability to a lot of diseases. But
Yep.
real quick, because we're about to wrap up, and man, I could stay with y'all all day, but I want my worker in the back is holding me with a clock. But the colon cancer part, here real quick, bad colon, right? And I want to talk about colon cancer because colon cancer has been steadily rising in people younger than the age of 50. I had got
Mm-hmm.
tested with colon cancer early in my 40s because my mom had got diagnosed with it, so they said it's good to do it early. And I had to fight the doctors because they didn't want to do you too young, but but I always get a colonoscopy almost when it's time.
Right.
And thank God I had no
Polyps.
polyps. Yeah, no
Polyps.
polyps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the CARE guideline recommends colon cancer screening beginning at age 45.
Yeah.
What are you guys? Some of your thoughts about this colon cancer? What we can do to prevent it?
I think that is a great starting point.
Mm-hmm.
Colon cancer is just like prostate cancer, a very slow growing cancer.
Mm-hmm.
However, when it's detected, most times it's too late.
Too late.
It's too late. I mean, we look at Chadwick, right?
Yes, I
Or
thought about him immediately. Yes.
yeah. And bless his heart. I mean, how old was he?
In his 40s or
He's
30, maybe.
40. He was very young.
Yeah, he
And,
was.
but a lot of times we, just like any other disease process, we ignore some of the signs if there are any signs at all. So,
Mm-hmm.
one of the risk factors of colon cancer is eating a lot of red meat.
Mm.
And diet plays a huge aspect in that as well. Smoking increases your risk of colon cancer. Family history increases your risk of colon cancer, or again, that sedentary lifestyle. But
Mm-hmm.
more often than not, it's the not being able to digest that red meat, and it sits within those large intestines there. And so all that mucosa starts to build up and you start developing these polyps. And with those polyps, they can either be precancerous cells or they can be cancerous cells.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have one polyp, they will typically when you go back for your cancer screening. So let's say you had your first colonoscopy at 45 and everything looked
Mm-hmm.
good. We don't see anything. Then we will have you follow up in 10 years. Most other diseases, we follow up in a year or we
Mm-hmm.
follow up sooner, but this one is 10 years because again, the cancer is very slow growing.
Slow. Okay, that makes
If
sense
in
now.
fact, we do find a polyp and you're precancerous, then we'll have you come back in 5 to 7 years and
Mm-hmm.
redo your colonoscopy again. I
Right.
know that there are some healthcare insurances that will send you a stool specimen
Mm-hmm.
test.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
I
seen
will
it.
say the stool specimen test does not it what the stool specimen test does is it shows if you're having blood in your stool. But
Okay.
that does
Mm.
not tell us if you have a polyp in your intestine.
Right.
Oh my
And
God, it's so
Okay.
good because when they sent me mine, because I just had mine like last year. Like
Yeah.
in the package, you know where I said, no, I want to go lay down.
Yeah, let's go do the
Do it
full
the right
thing.
way. So
Just
I'm
do the
glad.
full
Thank you for.
thing.
Yeah.
And
Anyway, keep going.
it's the best sleep you'll ever get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But I would always say, and I preface this to my patients as well. Yeah, you can go ahead and do the the test. It's just going to let us know if you're having any bleeding. If it comes back negative, that's fine and dandy. But it doesn't tell me if your polyp is active, if you have any
That's
polyp
oh
there. So you
wow.
do have
That's
to get the actual screening test.
Okay.
okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So it's 5 years. You know how they give you the 5 years. Should you go before that? 2.5, 3?
You don't
Well,
need to go that soon. You definitely want to
Because it's
stay
slow
within the
growing.
time. You definitely want to stay within the
Okay.
time frame that they give you. So if they give you 5 to 10 or 7 years, then book your appointment within that time frame.
Unless you got symptoms, you know.
Unless
Some
you,
symptoms.
Right.
yeah. So
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
the symptoms would be bleeding in the stool.
Okay.
Abdominal pain. A lot of gentlemen will complain of, or people just complain of abdominal pain, but the bleeding in the stool is the trigger because a lot of times we always feel, oh, if I have abdominal pain, I may have food poisoning, or we feel it's gas or it's indigestion. But I always explain to my patients, listen to your body and take care of your body. It's the only one that we have. It goes back to that diet, like you said, Dr. Botanica. It goes back to the diet, and it goes back to inflammation. And, same thing with the colon cancer. If you have an underlying inflammatory disease process in the intestines, such as Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, this increases the risk of developing colon cancer.
Wow. Man. Well, you guys,
Yeah.
you
So,
guys
so it sounds like diet and exercise is a big deal.
Yes.
big
Yes.
deal.
The common
Big-
denominator and detoxification.
and they
Yeah.
tell. Well, man, this has been great. You enjoyed
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, it's good.
I can listen to you guys.
At the beginning, y'all was talking about my right chest was tightening up. Jeez, man.
Fred Sapp, we have a big one. Come to join you. Yeah, no.
Oh my goodness.
It's huge me, and but I noticed it's not as comfortable talking around my own culture. They seem like, but certain cultures, oh yeah, I love it. I'm doing this and this, but my own culture, like, it's like
Very
almost around-
hesitant.
Right.
Yeah,
Very
very
hesitant.
hesitant. Yeah,
Yes.
you know, like,
Yes.
like good for you. Not that we all should get together.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Won't touch anything. You cook healthy. Put it in there in the mix of everything else.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that don't get eaten.
right,
Because it
right.
doesn't have any flavor to it. We like our flavor.
Yeah. Now see, I'm a flavor person, but it's just don't want to touch. If it's vegetables, it's like, oh my goodness, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
watching your health, and I'm like,
Yeah.
because me, if I learn, then I'm gonna try to pass it on, right?
Right.
Because I know growing up how the diet was very little vegetables, and if they were, they were swimming,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Green soup.
I had
cabbage
a
soup.
patient. I had a patient
were
tell me
swimming. I
if
like
it's not
that. They were
smothered or fried, they didn't want it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. My grandson, I took him to get some Chinese food, and I said, "Now y'all pick some green beans, or whatever." So he got some green bean chicken, watched fried up, and he ate a couple pieces. He said, "I don't like my chicken fried." He told me.
Mm.
I went, what?
Oh.
He only eat his chicken fried.
Oh
he,
wow.
he only eats it fried.
Yes, and left that
Oh.
food sitting there. Both of them, they didn't eat.
Oh, you did good because you go eat fried chicken today. But
I mean, yeah, no, they wouldn't eat. They didn't hardly eat the weekend they was with me. I felt
Oh.
really bad.
Oh wow.
I tried to get them to eat some fruit. I think they ate a few grapes or something like that. But they left my house hungry that weekend.
Yeah. Well, that's
They
okay.
did.
That ketosis will kick in, and
Yeah.
Yeah, something helped them out.
they eat what they got. Yeah. So this has been great. I enjoyed.
Yes, it has been.
I enjoyed them. Did you enjoy them? Right?
Oh yes,
yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
That was very informative. So please send some links and stuff that we can even print out and pass out or share.
Absolutely.
Digitally. Yeah, because that was really good. I'm in the IT field in medical, so I'm
Okay.
the person that fix your computers and stuff.
Okay.
So just hearing that part of it was really good. So appreciate both of you.
Good.
thank
good.
you,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Always.
Well, I was trying to help you. That's why I was asking questions. I'm like, okay, this is a ticket for me.
Put in a ticket.
Oh yeah, you just put a ticket in, so I'm just trying to talk you through it remotely.
That's funny. That's really funny.
For our guests, you don't see this, but before we get started, we be having all stuff be happening. It's just every time. But we had
Yeah.
Rodney's our guy. He's amazing. My co-host here, and he has his own radio show as well. So blessed to have him with us, and my daughter's in studio helping us with our production.
Yes, Victoria.
Yeah. So matter of fact, she graduated this year from film school. So this has been great.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate Shawnee, who's very busy, nurse practitioner. So she's has a very busy schedule. Dr.
Thank you for having me.
Well, very busy. So yeah, both of you guys may take about 1 minute, close out. Any closing remarks? Whoever want to start.
True.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. Nothing guaranteed, reducing risk. Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir. Thank you again for being here.
Yeah.
Shawnee?
I agree with what Dr. Botanica is saying. And I feel that the more we as a culture are able to get the word out, the more people should hopefully be receptive to the information and just utilize the information for their own health. You know, Rodney, you say you have a grandson. You look very young, but you have a grandson. Casey, grandchildren. So we want to be able to live our lives for our next generation that's coming up and not have them to be survived by us.
Yes.
But I feel like if the more we're able to have open discussions like this, and it's not one of those that's going to tear down but build up the community, I think this is very beneficial. And I'm very appreciative of this podcast to be able to allow me to be able to share information that a wife may listen to and hear and say, hey, hun, I think you need to go get this test done because I've noticed you've been having these symptoms. It's not just limited to just men, but it's for all of us to be able to gather. So thank you very much.
Yes.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Rodney, you have things to say?
No, that was excellent. I mean, this is a lot of things that doing my own research and stuff like that, just trying to be better. I know how I grew up, and then I started changing and even being with the family, like, man, you can't do it.
Yeah.
So I just try to give whatever I get. I try to pass it on to somebody else, and it's hard. People don't budge.
Yeah.
And so nothing I can do, but I want to keep learning. I'm doing a lot of these things that we're talking about, and I got some more fuel, some more information to use, and so most definitely, please send information.
Will
Love
do.
it. Thank you
Will
so
do.
much.
Yeah, well, thank you all for being here today. Really appreciate it. I think what Rodney was saying, like knowledge is powerful, right? And because for me, things I've heard, my personality, once I hear it, then I got to do something about it. Just can't let it just be there. So thinking things I can even improve with my diet and exercise, get better at that. So again, I appreciate that. I hope we help some people today. Again, continue to support My Turn to Talk podcast. We've only been doing it for a few months, but we got a lot of followers already. Hopefully we get to 20K real soon. And if you don't, look for us on our Instagram page as well. So thank you again as we continue to make a difference in this world, one person at a time.
Yes,
and God bless you, Dr. K. Marsh.
Thank you. And don't forget, do not cut your cell phones or devices off. Let that upload of that video. And I believe it'll say it's finished, or it'll give some message.